What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back to the walkthrough. So this episode, now that we knocked out Ruined Forge, we're going to be making our way down there, and that'll take us on over into the river. But before we do that, assuming you still have your scorpion stew, come on over here and talk to him. Give him the scorpion stew, as he is a horn scent. Talk to him again. Gonna get us some furnace visages, and those will come into play about 3 or 4 episodes from now. But either way, we go back to Ruined Forge. If you don't do that step, don't worry, it's not going to have any impact on his quest line. It's just some extra goodies to get. Ironically, his quest line is he's gonna die. I mean, I don't know. Once we get up to the NPCs, I'll be explaining quest lines in depth, because there's a couple different ways you could go about stuff, but there's a route that I would consider to be like the ideal route to get you as much loot as possible in a single run, and that's what we're going to be doing. And that involves him, unfortunately, becoming disposed of. So we're just running down here, and once the... gonna head is southish towards this cliff. There's some festive grease over here in a corner. There we go. And what we're heading towards is that shack you can see off in the distance there, just to give you a reference point for where we're going. So I'm going to go up into this little swamp, pick up some toxic mosslings. There should be another bundle of toxic mosslings nearby. I believe it's right there. It looks like our mosslings. Sir. Now we can just head out east. We'll get to that shack. There's an item right there. We're going to grab that on the way back. We're basically going there and going back. So don't worry about that. It's a cookbook. We'll get it in a second. I'm going to hit the thing for this, but I'm going to talk about a unique trick that I heard about. In just a second. Boulder's Hobble. This is going to be a talisman that increases magma damage. You can talk to him, you'll get some lore for Bale. He's a boss we're going to be fighting later up in the peaks. Now with these spirit stones, I don't know if this is going to get patched, which is why I want to give y'all a heads up now. But Mog or Margot's Shackle, apparently we can use these to break. So right here is where the spirit stones are. And basically we walk up, we slap those, it's going to free that. But if we use this, it just makes them shatter. Now, I don't know if that is going to be the case in the long term, so most of the time I'm not going to be doing that. But as long as it is, there's no reason not to do that. It's just faster. So, if you have the shackle, use it. Otherwise, slap those rocks. We're going to run up here. This is a little backdoor path that gets us up into a later region, a little bit early, up in Skidoo Altus. Now we're not going to do the Fort of Reprimand right now. There's other stuff that we need to do, but the only way to get up here to this particular grace of the fort is via that back route. So there's an enemy over here. You can pull him on over and fight him if you want. He'll just kind of chill and mind his own business. Probably kill him just in case he decides to drop. And then up here, big money. Smithing 8. Which I don't know, man. Feels weird. You come, it's like a hidden path and you get up top and what's your reward? A smithing 8. Oh, you hurt. Thanks for the blessed bone shard. So come down to the same platform where the grace was. Got to get up here. And before we fall, you don't have to use cotton, but it'll make sure you don't take any damage. Soft cotton. And as a reminder, if you ever want to check a fall, use a rainbow stone. Throw that out. If it lands, it means it's safe. If it shatters, it means you die. So obviously, since it landed, we wouldn't have had to use the cotton, but like I said, that prevents us from taking any damage. Pick up the Blessing of America, and then jump for the Spirit Spring. And then after that, we're gonna run back by the swamp. We're gonna grab that cookbook that we saw right by the flower, which we're heading like directly in that direction, so it just makes sense to get it now. If I don't get stuck on a branch. Go. Potentate's Cookbook 7. We're just kind of heading northwest for the time being. Now the entrance to the river is that cave opening right over there, and that's going to be where we go, but real fast there is a shadow rune that we can grab. So we're going to go ahead and get it because we're not going to come down this way later. Up, run past them. I can actually pick it up. There we go. And to be fair, the shadow runes are decent. Like, that one's worth 7,500 runes, you know? It's enough to, like, finish a weapon upgrade or something. Okay. So, running past the Miranda flower. Into the cavern. We got a deep purple lily right there. Up. Grab that. And then we will turn around and keep going through the cave. And we'll come up on Revered Spirit Ash number 6, I believe. And then we have a Grace. So if you don't need to rest, let me see, what time of day is it? Evening? Yeah, we're going to rest. I'd rather it be daytime. Right. I'm going to go ahead and put on something to whack a little bit harder. Let's try some of this Mesmer Fire Grease. Oh, never mind. You have lightning on. I can't. Rip. Probably make you keen real fast. A little more damage out. 932, let's see. At 80 dex, I'd assume Keen would pull ahead. And 42. And you add the flame on, definitely will. Anyway, we're going to exit the river, and then you can kind of see it, so we're just going to be going up northwest. And it's going to cut off right around here. So this is one of the main things we're making our way towards, is right over here for a talisman. Then there's going to be a cavern we can enter right over there. And where's my one? We don't need you anymore. Get you off the now, as you start going up, there's going to be some rats initially. Don't really worry about them. I believe the fly mold. Let me see. Yes, the tree spirit, who's right ahead of us. So pretty much right when we get up to that item over there, we're going to be fighting a tree spirit. So now is a fantastic time to buff up our damage. For anybody that likes fighting these things. Oh, I rolled too late. I always try to roll at the very last second for that attack. Alright. Tree Spirit is down, and you get the Horned Baron, which is kind of useless. Oh man, we are lagging out for a second there. Come over here and grab the Shadow Realm rune. And then we're going to head on north. Originally I had some notes about a smithing stone off over here, but I'm thinking it might have just been a drop from one of the flies. Because I've gone through this area a couple times and haven't found one. But there is some fly mold that we can get off to the right. And you're going to see a little kind of like little cove that we can swing into. There it is. You can fight the flies if you want. Or flies. Even though I've checked it multiple times, I'm still paranoid that that loot is over here. This has been the problem, 'cause it's like stuff that I remember seeing, and then like the more recent prep, it doesn't exist. Right over here, I believe this is a somber. It's the silver horn. Let's check the notes while we're running here. Silverhorn Tundra, then ahead, run past the crab under the waterfall for the two-headed turtle talisman. Then around west of the cave, go past the cave for the mushroom bell bear. This is an upgrade to the stamina talisman. If you'd like that, you're gonna really enjoy this one. Very nice. Did I ever upgrade you? I did not. It's sad. And to do that before this episode, it'll be okay. Just to show where we are at on the map, let me pop this thing down real fast. Go ahead and get that. And then actually we're gonna need a well, we don't need it for now. We're gonna switch weapons once we get in here. A little bit later, but we can run around with our spear for the time being. So just head on into this cave. Okay, ahead, scroll the notes. So we go down, we're going to kill some wolves and grab some bones. So we have a wolf here. And then we're going to continue on through. For more wolves, we'll go off to the right here. Up the sliver of meat. And then we go down, and this should be where the floor breaks. You know, I have one more set of wolves and the floor breaks. Take them down, up. Shadow Realm rune. Go this way. Lantern so you can see a little better. as you go pop out, you make a right. Take that guy down. We can go up here. Or a couple wolves that are just kind of chilling. And if for some reason you don't want to fight the boss that's down here, I guess you could get stuck. Anyway, if you follow this, it gives us an exit. So just to show that real fast. See, this is that little platform we jumped over, so right before the fall. Alright, Sacred Relic Sword for this next encounter. And you're really going to want to have on anything that's your big AoE. So, your Sacred Relic, your Blasphemous Blade, your Ruins Greatsword, anything that has the capacity to nuke large groups of enemies is going to be your best friend here. I would not suggest anything with bleed, because bleed will actually empower them. Whee! Whee! Should clear everything except for this one over here. This area is a big old pain in the ass to fight through otherwise. Pick up more amaryllis, and then let's see, what goodies did we get? Some string, some sacred bloody flesh, some string. I was hoping for a weapon drop. Quite unfortunate. More sacred bloody flesh. At that point, just go. I mean, you can keep fighting with that weapon if you want. I usually don't really rely on that for bosses. It's more of a fighting, you know, generic enemies type deal for me. So we go through here. We're just gonna fight a like beefy version of those NPCs, or not those NPCs, but the things you just saw. Just an angry version of them. So, Chief Bloodfiend. Taking down Chief Bloodfiend will get you the Bloodfiend Hexer Ashes. Think of it like a little Moog. It's pretty cool. Doesn't really, doesn't do a whole lot, but, you know, it's okay. It's okay. We'll go ahead and get rid of that Ash. It's way off base. From here, we're going to head back to Ellic River Cave, I believe. Just checking the notes. Yes. Okay, how are we looking time of day still? Late day? Again with the late day. Like sometimes it's foggy in the morning, you know, so I try not to do morning, but... hopefully the morning fog is lifted. I'm gonna put on this temporarily. I found a very nice use case for those axes earlier. This time we're gonna head south down the river. And we're gonna jump. And then jump again. And jump again. And that'll get you the cookbook. And there's a bunch of flies down here, but nothing else, so you don't gotta worry about this first waterfall. Head is going to be a Sombering Stone, Somber 4, by the birds. So we'll grab that, and then we will drop down, get some goodies. Somber 6 being guarded by a crawfish back here. But the Blink Bolt Twin Axes actually work really, really well against this guy. Obviously, we're pumping lightning damage, which does extra in water. And the fun thing about this guy is we can... I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. We can iframe through his claw grabs with Blink Bolt. Oh man, or I'm gonna just get my ass beat, Jesus. He's pumping some mean damage and his loot is stuck up. Grab Somber 6. And then actually, this is a good use case. So anytime something like that happens, if you quit game and reload, usually the loot will reappear either on the ground or where the enemy initially was. And no, looks like it's not. Damn. And that confirms it's a random drop and not a guaranteed. Anyway, it's nothing important. He would have probably dropped like a stone and some white flesh. But head on over. And down by this waterfall, there's going to be some more loot and a grace. Alright, let's see. Down for third waterfall for thin beast bones near the rocks. Then we get the grace. Last waterfall, we're going to cross onto the platform and snipe the mushroom. Just catching up on all of our notes. We're going to put on our... We have one of those dudes coming up, so put on your crag blade. Need that. Let's see. Snipe. Then we'll head east for Forager Brood. And then south for a perfume bottle. And then we have... everyone's favorite enemy, the furnace golems. So these things are the sneakiest loots in the DLC. A couple of them are like very obvious, like that one, but some of them, man, just like hanging on a ledge next to a cliff. That we're just gonna head straight east pretty much, and you should come up on a Forager Brood dude. Don't know why he's upside down. I've seen him upside down like 3 out of the 5 times I've come here. But it works. We got what we wanted. So as you run over this way, check something. Do I have break in there? I do. Just be careful of the lightning. Obviously you're in water. Get you the lightning perfume bottle. That one has faith dex scaling, so if I was going to use one, it would probably be on this build. And then we have another one of these guys. So we're going to go ahead and pull our crag blade out. And then get to it. This one likes to do the Inferno thing a lot, so... Oh my goodness. I don't know if I've ever actually had it just step on me. That was... Ooh. Bring the legs. There will be no grabbing today. We interrupted it before it had a chance to do its full volley. We're gonna put on our miser cord for when the crit comes. Should have put that on in advance. RKR on this still for bigger crits. I don't know if it actually makes an impact, but I feel like swapping between the legs makes it go faster. Oh. Alright, no! God, I hate these things so much. They take too much time. And later on we can throw pots into their heads and kill them. Using these. 3 of these will kill one, 5 of these will kill one. But these ones, for whatever reason, it doesn't work when you target and try to do that. From here though, we just head south. Let's see. Yeah. This is going to bring us to the Cerulean coast. Now, before we do the Cerulean coast, there is some other stuff to do still. Namely, we have this, and then we have the Dragon Path, which is going to take us on up to another region. So, in the next episode, we're just going to briefly start here just to grab the map, which is going to unveil that stuff. And then we're going to head on over. We're going to do the tower that's up here. We'll get that done. This guy over here. We'll go through. We'll fight Dragon Man. And then we'll come back down and we'll actually get started on the coast itself. So stay tuned, and I will catch y'all soon with more.